lower your expectations immediately. We're going to the Dollar General. We're gonna get coffee, get some beans, do a little browsing. No. No thanks. Should we light this candle? Set the mood. Hey, you're gonna have to stop that now. I'm talking to my 3 friends on the internet. Let me have that. This is his deer skull. It was in the compost for a couple years. This coffee, oddly enough, tastes like Dollar General coffee. Your breathing is annoying me. You ever dated someone like that where even their breathing is annoying after time? You're being that. But also roles reversed, rolls, bread rolls, R-O-L-E-S, roles reversed. I have also been that to someone else. I mean, no one's ever told me that, but that has to be true, where everything I do annoys that other person. Chewing food, walking, breathing, just living, just existing annoys the other person. Yeah, that's how you know something's done. The coffee is giving gas station coffee vibes, not Buc-ee's coffee, not the elite, more like your locally owned gas station where you can buy cigarette singles. Remember those? A single cigarette? I'd love a cigarette right now. I don't smoke, not anymore. Anyway, welcome back to whatever this is. We're having coffee again today, obviously. We were gonna go outside, but it is hotter than Satan's asshole. It's about 100 degrees. Nope. So the dog is still in the phase of eating things, cords, furniture, panties is a weird word, underwear, you know, all the things. That's why I had to get these new shoelaces. Ate my shoelaces. But honestly, I'm loving the dog. I can't believe nobody adopted him. The adoption process is a lot. I thought I was getting ready to meet the president or something, like the Secret Service was gonna come over. I am just adopting a dog. I'm just adopting a dog. It's not like I'm gonna eat him or anything. It's like when you go to PetSmart and you're trying to adopt a rat. I used to have hairless rats. Now we're playing 20 questions. Do you have a snake? Do you have a cage? Are you gonna play with it? Ma'am, this is a hairless rat. This is a rodent. This is waste to 90% of people in America. They wanna make sure you're not feeding it to snakes. Who cares? Fair enough. Anyway, the adoption process is lengthy as it should be, but it does seem a little extreme. What was I saying? Oh, if you're new here, I don't really have a plan for these. We just talk about whatever's on my mind. And in case you can't tell, I probably as in do have, but I'm embarrassed to say, I do have ADHD. I used to be on the prescription medicine, but it wasn't good for my teeth. That medication will really dull the spirit. You know what I mean? So I just embrace this. Sometimes it works for me, most of the times it does not. This is a great example of when it does not work for me because I can't keep a clear, direct thought. But if you're new here, I talk about whatever comes. God dang it. Who is texting me? I'm really sick of the phone. I've been putting my phone on focus mode or something so it's do not disturb. I can complete a task. And it's not like I'm popular. I've got about 3 friends. It seems to always ding at the wrong time. And then my brain says, well, let's go off on that. It could be whatever is included in the context. If somebody texts me about dinosaurs, then I'm gonna go research dinosaurs for about 4 hours. Well, you should have been at work. You should have been at work. So we talk about whatever's on my mind. Today, I'm thinking about a lot of things. A lot of intrusive thoughts are coming up. We're not gonna share those. I'm trying to make a little bit of money off this video. Godspeed. Having a conversation with me is exhausting. I've got a lot going on, which we'll get into, or not. Anyway, couple world events going on. PSL season, pumpkin spice season. Me, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, and I'm not a Starbucks girly anymore. I brew my own at home to save money, you know, and avoid human interaction. Although I am missing Brooke, my favorite barista. With PSL season comes football season, which I'm also surprisingly not a fan. The only sport I watch is bowling. Professional bowling, PBA, and none of that women's bowling. I don't want to watch women bowl. Nothing against women bowling, but I like to watch the men bowl. but I love bowling. My team right now is in 4th place on my league. I know I said I was gonna try to live stream those, but look, I'm one of 4 females on the team. I'm already the underdog. I'm the worst player out of how many players are on the team? 4 times 3, 12, 120. That math was hard. This is a math channel. 120 players. I'm at the bottom, the very bottom. Do you know how that feels to be at the bottom? So to not only be at the bottom and to live stream that's enough, right? We don't need to make it any worse. The camera needs to be cleaned. Ugh, I hate electronics. I don't have a lens wipe, so we're gonna use a breast pad. Every time this year, I get really sad when the weather changes. Now, sometimes it's through life events. Remember, life is the roller coaster, and some of us are blessed. We get the slingshot edition. You're going up, oh, things are great. No, they're not. Then they're gonna be a little bit bad, now they're gonna be great. Oh, we're going into the hell danger zone. Oh, things are great. Back again. Some kind of test, some kind of game. I don't know. We just have to play it. Sometimes when life is not great, it's more, what's the word, excusable, I guess, because read the room. Things aren't going well, so you're allowed to feel that way. But sometimes, some years, things are going great and I still feel a mild sadness. Just the cold weather, things are changing, the leaves are falling off the tree. Honestly, I just don't want to be cold. I don't want to be cold all the time. I don't want to be in 15-degree weather. Move. I wish I could. I wish I could move. Well, I guess I can now because we are here for my partner's job, and since, that's not a thing anymore, I guess technically I can move. It would be a lot cheaper for me to move out of country to, what was the one? To Bali. Catch me next time in my mansion in Bali. Seriously, I don't have anything here. I don't have any family. I have friends, but we can FaceTime. There's really about 3. So all that to say, I'm on top of seasonal depression this year. How, you ask, is I am getting ready every day. Hear me out on this one. I'm on a couple months of just getting ready every single day. Half of the week I go to an actual job, and the other half of the week I work from home. So give or take 4 days, I don't technically need to get ready for anyone. But what I started implementing, that's a big word, Grammarly would be proud of you. So I started implementing just getting ready. Getting up at the same time every day and really putting some effort in. Putting on a little bat shit on my eyes, putting some actual pants on. These are leggings, but they're better than pajamas. Brushing my hair. And I found that although that is very on a scale of 1 to 10, it's 10 annoying. Getting ready knowing you don't have to go anywhere, but it does help my at least mental state. So I'm putting some changes in my routine to change my mood. And one of those changes, let me show you, shampoo bars. More specifically, rice and protein shampoo bars by Kitsch. They're solid bars that look like bars of soap. Big words, no bottles, no clutter. You can put them in the self-draining little caddy they have. That does help them last a little bit longer. You just suction that thing right up in the shower or the bath. I do love a nice bath. These work like a regular shampoo. You can use it directly on the scalp, bar to scalp, or you can use it in your hands. Lather it up in there and really scrub the scalp so you can get all the rice proteins working, penetrating the scalp. We love a good penetration of rice. And then remember, ladies, gentlemen, lightly rub it through the ends. We don't want to be roughing it up. We want to protect the locks, which if you can't tell, my hair has gotten a lot better. We've made an improvement, if you will, with the bar. They offer several options for shampoo bars and they have conditioners, but this one's my favorite. It's for strengthening, which I need. And the fragrance is white tea and mandarin, and y'all know I love a tea bag. If you want to get yours, the information is in the description box, or you can click this little QR code here. Well, you can't click it. You got to take a picture of it. They do ship all of these products and everything on their website everywhere in the US and to over 90 countries internationally. And special thanks to Kitsch for sponsoring this video. You know what group of ladies do the most when getting ready every day? Sorority girls. Kindly, what the F is that? I'm talking about rush week. As an elder millennial who never went to college, I went to beauty school. I don't understand that. I just don't understand that in this economy. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, which fun fact, I actually don't even know what I'm talking about since I've never experienced it. I'm just looking at it through the eyes of my friend who has a daughter going through Rush Week. Basically, what I gathered is Rush Week is a beauty pageant where the entry fee is your father's credit card. Whoever has the most money, a black Amex, you win, girlfriend, you win. These women, girls, dress up every day. I think we should fact check this. One moment. We're not asking ChatGPT. That's another topic on how I'm banning AI. Just personal preference. What is Rush Week? Okay, they learn about Greek life chapters. Who cares? Who cares? What job has asked you about your Greek life? The Olive Garden? Come on, Sarah. These are girls that are interested in joining the sorority. You're not even in it yet. They dress up in matching outfits. They make TikToks, reels, shorts, whatever. Why do they all look the same? Why are they all white girls with blonde hair? Where's the Latina girl showing you how to really move your body? I don't see any of that. The outfits, and again, I'm gathering this from a secondhand source, a friend. The outfits are extreme. Wear red, but not red, candy apple red, crimson red. What is crimson red? I have no effing idea, Sarah. Figure it out. Get you a tailor. Y'all don't sleep on Ernesto, the guy who hems my pants. He'll hem your pants, detail your car, and do your taxes. Jack of all trades. Anyway, the women, girls dress up in the same coordinating outfit. Do the dances, what else would you do? Oh, it's a community event. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. That sounds like a personal hell. Social events, personal hell. Personal growth, I'll give you that one. Personal growth is great. Community service, they do community service. They introduce themselves and their values. Hi, my name's Sarah. I'm from Southern Alabama and I can funnel Grey Goose. Oh yeah, and I want to be a kindergarten teacher. Okay, social events, we know that. Interviews, bid day. If you found a sorority or fraternity that feels like a good fit, you'll receive an invitation or a bid. Bidding on humans to join your social circle? Are we being for real? Bid day is an exciting moment because you officially become a member of Greek organization. And here's one of those things where I'm probably just jealous. I'm jealous that I couldn't afford to even think about doing something like this. I couldn't even afford day one outfit. How am I gonna afford that working at Chili's? That was not on my radar to do something like that. Really going to college wasn't exactly on my radar, even though I didn't want to go. I either wanted to be a hairdresser or go to culinary school. I still want to go to culinary school. I'm going to make that happen eventually. You have to find the right values, ask questions, go to multiple Rush events, buy multiple outfits, trust your intuition, but can you really do that? Because the prefrontal cortex doesn't fully develop until you're 25. Rush week is confusing to me, but again, I'm probably just jealous that wasn't an option for me. Let's go back in time. Let's pretend my dad was rich. That's a stretch because I would have to know my dad first, but let's pretend I know my dad. My dad has a black Amex and he's like, Brittany, you want to go to college? I'm probably going to say no, but let's pretend I say yes. And then I go to Rush Week. I'm buying the outfits. I'm TikToking, doing the renegade, and I join a sorority. Then what? How do you juggle drinking, college, working? I guess you don't have to work if your dad's rich, right? I don't know. That seems like a lot and a lot of money wasted to coordinate an outfit. Can we just have a day where you just wear what you would wear as a human? You don't have to buy a crimson red outfit. Wear what you want to wear, Becky. If we like you because of you, not because of how much money you have, what you're wearing. If you can properly do the renegade, we don't care. How's that for a concept? Anyway, I have no room to speak on Greekology, but I will say it does sound a little strange. Is it rooted in jealousy? Possibly, probably yes. I think I would have enjoyed that. I would have probably enjoyed that, but there's no way I could juggle both. How do I be in a sorority, which is basically a marriage, because friendships are marriages. They take work and time. That's why I only have a few friends. I can't juggle very many. But now we're juggling 100 girls? That's a lesbian's dream. If I was a lesbian, I'd be in a sorority. So how do we juggle that and school and trying to be a kindergarten teacher? I have no idea. But God bless, Godspeed to all you girls, gals, gentlemen rushing this week for whatever you're rushing for. And getting your bids on. Oh, I hope they bid on me. And what if they don't, Brenda? Damn. How you gonna feel? In lighter news, they already have Christmas stuff out. Now, they didn't have it at the Dollar General, the DG. Haven't seen it at the Dollar Tree yet, but I went to the Walmart the other day and they had Christmas stuff out. All right, now, when you're watching this video, it is September 5th for me. Maybe gonna be September 6th or 7th for you. Halloween hasn't even clocked in yet, and Christmas is already working overtime. I'm sweating in shorts at the Walmart looking at snow globes. What is the rush for? Me personally, I'm thinking about canceling Christmas. Commercialized holidays are weird. It's a way to get us to spend money, us as the population, humans. Forgive me, but I thought the reason for Christmas, Easter, what's the reason for Halloween? I don't even know. It's just fun though. It is fun. I'm gonna participate in that. We're forgetting the reason of the season. Spend time with your family. I mean, unless your family is crazy. Some of y'all in Alabama, y'all just have crazy families, okay? You do. Some of my family is crazy. I may be the crazy one. Probably am the crazy one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We should be focused on connection, loving each other, and not on buying things for people. It's weird. So for them to push the agenda on us of Christmas already, back it up. Back it up. I don't even remember celebrating Easter. I really don't. So now I'm supposed to celebrate Christmas. What about Halloween and then the redheaded stepchild? Thanksgiving. Hello. The most important one, the food. We're just gonna breeze right over that. I did like that snow globe though. They've got a lot of snow globes at the Walmart. Going back to cold weather, another exciting thing that happens when it gets a little brisky outside. Oh, sorry, that's my email. I had a friend just pass away. Not really a friend, more like an acquaintance. She worked at the bowling alley I go to. If we're being honest, she was a little cranky most days. That story's for another day. It's fair season. Fair season is approaching. I love the fair. For the food, fried butter, fried Oreos, fried Twix bars, fried ice cream, fried alligator, turkey legs, corn on the cob. Last year, they even had glass noodles. I love glass noodles. You can get Mexican street corn and Japanese glass noodles all within a half-a-mile radius of each other. Where else can you do that? I'm super excited for that. I mean, I'm not going to be riding any of those rides. Listen, I know some days I may question why I'm here on this floating rock. And that's okay to question why, but that does not mean I don't want to be here. I want to do the Ring of Fire, the one that goes around in a circle, but nothing says trust me with your life like a ride assembled by a guy named Skeeter smoking a Marlboro Red 100 with 3 teeth. It's not personal to Skeeter. Hell, he's probably my cousin. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's not the ride, it's the person assembling the ride. You know what I mean? I want to do it. I want to enjoy feeling like I'm almost dying, right? Is that what we're doing? Being scared? Why do we do that? That's weird in itself. Feeling scared, like haunted houses, I can't do that anymore. Why do we do that? As an adult, a grown adult, I'm scared like that on a daily basis. Opening up my mail and seeing a medical bill is scary. That is a haunted house to me. I don't need to pay $50 to feel like that. I can just open up my mail, or even better, opening the door. Yesterday, the Jehovah's Witness made rounds. Scared me. I was cleaning in a tank top. You can't have tattoos being Jehovah's Witness. I was trying to cover up so I didn't offend my brethren in Christ. Whew, don't catch me off guard. I thought you were trying to sell me a new roof because a tornado just came through. I thought we were doing insurance fraud stuff, not talking about the Lord. That's scary to me. Why do I want to pay to be scared? Why do I want to do that? So to me, the rides at the fair, they look visually fun, aesthetically, could use some work, get a little rattle can, spray paint some of that stuff, but the assembly is questionable. It folds in half like a double wide trailer and goes on a semi truck across the country. You assemble it in less than 5 minutes and we all line up thinking everything's okay. At least at Disney World, somebody's checking that thing. Someone is making sure the ride runs smoothly, mainly because Disney doesn't want to get sued because then we'd all be millionaires. Speaking of millionaires, the lottery right now is let me find my phone. $1.4 billion. $1.4 billion would get you a private island or 4 months of avocado toast. My brain can't even comprehend that amount of money. Says it's the 4th largest ever jackpot. I've kind of banned the lottery. One, because I have an addictive personality. If I do something once, I do it 20 times. That's why I can't have any fun. There will be no fun for me. You're not buying one lottery ticket, you're buying a whole book. But sometimes, not often, I can practice self-control and I'll just get one lottery ticket. But I kind of banned the lottery when they raised the prices to $5. I just thought that was odd. They definitely pulled a Dollar Tree. We're just gonna raise the prices just because on a piece of paper, what are the cost of goods of a lottery? Now, I'm sure they have a lot of employees to do what are you doing? I don't know. Then they've got the paper, they've got to service the machine. Is there tariffs on paper? I don't know. But in comparison to other companies, the cost of goods to run the lottery department has to be pretty low. I mean, for heaven's sake, the lottery retailer where you cash in your lottery ticket, it's in the airport. It's a little tiny closet in the airport. One time I won $1,000 on the lottery, but the government took 40%, so I didn't really win $1,000. Now let me tell you what I do moving forward if that ever happens again. We're gonna leave that part out just because. But let's just say I wouldn't cash in that lottery ticket again, okay? Ernesto? Anyway, the cost of goods to run the lottery office can't be that high. Basically, you're selling something invisible. You're selling a dream. Spend $5 to maybe win $1.4 billion. The odds of that, very slim. And their excuse was, well, the lottery jackpot will be bigger. It's big enough. It's big enough. Those of us playing can't even fathom $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. We don't need it to be any bigger. Hell, we're gonna get into trouble. You can't give some of us a lot of money. For example, Eminem, Meth Head Michael, buys a lottery ticket. What do you think he's gonna buy when he gets $1 million? Do you think he's gonna buy a lake house, start a church? No. He's doing nothing but sin with that money. So, seriously, too much of a good thing really is a bad thing. We don't need $1 billion, which isn't even $1 billion when the government takes their portion to do whatever they're gonna do with it. I wish they'd fix that pothole down the road, but I stopped buying lottery tickets when they raised the prices on the lottery tickets, but I'm thinking about revisiting that because $1.4 billion, what would I do with that? Honestly, I'd probably give a lot of it away. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Let's be smart about this. We want to give it away. We don't need that much money, but we start an LLC, a charity. That way we can write off our money tax-free and give it away that way. Right? Yeah. If I win the lottery, you win. If I got $1 billion, my new company, Faith R Us, will send you a check for being a loyal friend, a loyal subscriber, right? Probably should get a lottery ticket today. Just one. And I'm gonna pick my numbers. You wanna hear them? We could read the coffee grounds. Remember the coffee ground lady that divorced her husband because she asked ChatGPT to read the coffee grounds and it said her husband was indeed cheating on her, which brings me to the downfall of AI. Just a moment. I'm having dry skin, my lips. What is that? The weather. All right, so AI, I'm done with that. Can you see? Shit. I dropped my camera earlier and the little shutter screen is not opening. We're almost done with this. Time to wrap this up. AI is, I don't really know. And honestly, who cares what I think about AI? Who cares? I will say from my experience, I did have ChatGPT, the paid subscription. I wouldn't use it for anything. How do you put this? I do ask it things from time to time, things about work, how to improve a video, how to make a thumbnail. And honestly, the ways it's most helpful, use your words, helpful to me, helpful, you still got it wrong, helpful, gotta pronounce that P. The ways it's most helpful to me is editing these videos. I know these don't look like they're super edited, but because I go on and on and on, rambling about everything and nothing at the same time, we gotta take 2 hours and condense that down into 15 minutes. So it gives me some editing advice or ways to use shortcuts. So it's really helpful in that way. But when I ask it a personal question, not too personal, anything I wouldn't mind being repeated. For example, how to respond in a situation. ChatGPT, Alex, is always on my side, always. I could say the most outlandish thing to ChatGPT, something not good, very bad. It will respond, it, he, she, I don't even know, it is a robot, will respond always that I'm the better person in the situation. That's just not true. Oh, I've got these deer, hang on. Oh, I wish I could get the camera. Well, maybe you can pick it up. Try to pick that up. Can you see that deer? Can you see that deer back there? I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Also, I've got Kay's Cooking playing on the TV. Oh wow, okay, all right. No, I don't know, it's all right. The deer, their mom abandoned them or got hit by a car, I'm not sure. So there's 2 little doe. My neighbor and I have been feeding them and they were back. So that's nice to see. What was I saying? AI, ChatGPT. That is not how life works. I am not always right. In fact, I'm more wrong than right, I will admit. ChatGPT really can be unhealthy, but in ways can be healthy, like helping me at work, figure out some of this equipment. Yes, it's been very helpful, except for the time it told me to buy some damn microphone. It said, get this one, this is the one you need. It was the wrong one. So then when I told it, hey, you were wrong. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes we make mistakes. So that's the only AI I'm familiar with, except for the AI at Bojangles. That will really piss you off. The AI taking the order. I don't want that. I want someone yelling at me. They can be a little nasty at Bojangles. Not nasty, just direct. There's no welcome to Bojangles. It's usually, what do you want? Go ahead with your order. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm inconveniencing your day, but I'd love a Bowberry biscuit. Now Bojangles has AI asking for orders. Not my favorite. Just a thought. I think in small doses, like everything else, AI can be okay, can be helpful, but in large doses, especially children, youth using it, do they need that? Do they need that? Maybe it should just be age restricted. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. I'm currently reading about it. I just like people. I mean, sometimes I don't. I just want to be alone. But in general, if I had to choose between a person or AI robot, I'm gonna choose the person. I don't even care if it's slower. That's it, that's all I've got on my mind for today. Well, the battery's dying.